grand illusion, an accurate representation of reality? Welcome to the grand illusion. Come on in and see what's happening. Take a deep breath, exhale, and listen carefully. Top-down processing works best when the brain's expectations align with reality. When they don't, the mind can construct a complete but incorrect representation of the world. You may read words that aren't there, hear sounds that were never played, or see patterns that do not exist. In this way, perception is not a passive recording of reality, but an active, fallible reconstruction. McClellan and Rummelhart, 81. Now take a moment and try your best to read this important paragraph. That was easy, right? But you didn't actually read it. You recognized it. Patterns of letters dominated by the beginning and the end of jumbled words. Your brain filled in the gaps based on what it expected to see from what you had just heard. A little priming goes a long way in creating the grand illusion. McClellan and Rummelhart, 81. We tend to believe our senses provide an accurate representation of reality, but they don't. What we perceive is a constructed interpretation shaped by expectation, interaction between senses, and fast, efficient learned patterns and shortcuts. Wolfe et al., 2022. And here's the most interesting paradox. The very mechanism that makes perception powerful is also what makes it unreliable. Its strength is also its weakness. Nature doesn't give us perfect sensors. It gives us comparative ones that exploit differences to create a useful model of reality. We see depth because our two eyes disagree. The difference creates three-dimensional perception. Even within the eye, there's this trade-off. Some cells specialize in color and detail, others in motion and low light. Wolfe et al., 2022. We locate sound the same way by comparing differences between our ears. Tiny differences in timing and intensity allow us to map space and time. Goldstein, 2014. And the brain extends this strategy across all the senses. Vision, hearing, touch, smell, and taste are combined into a single, coherent model of reality, a system of checks and balances. Most of the time this works remarkably well, efficiently and accurately enough. Stein and Stanford, 2008. But when those multimodal signals don't align, the system doesn't have the luxury of pausing. It resolves the conflict even if the result is wrong. If our senses were accurate, this wouldn't happen. For example, count the number of white circles that you see. Sound can make you see flashes that never occurred. Shams et al., 2000. What you hear changes what you see. Watch my mouth carefully and listen carefully to what I'm saying. Ba, ba, ba. Did you hear? Da, da, da? If you did, this is a construct of the brain. The lips synced with ga and the audio played was ba. Even when the sound is perfectly clear, your brain overrides it to create a more coherent interpretation. The McGurk effect. McGurk and McDonald, 1976. What you see changes what you hear. Vision can convince you that a fake hand is part of your body. Bartoshuk and Cohen, 1998. What you see changes what you feel. Hold your nose and taste something. The flavor disappears. Release it and the flavor suddenly appears. What we call taste is largely dependent on smell. Shepard, 2006. What you smell changes what you taste. Remember the introductory paragraph with the jumbled words I asked you to read? Even reading isn't reliable. Our brain predicts words instead of decoding each letter. McClelland and Rumelhart, 1981. What you think changes everything. Across every example, the same pattern emerges. Perception is not a direct measurement, it is an inference. The brain uses heuristics, fast, efficient shortcuts, to make sense of incomplete and noisy information. Gigerenzer and Geisenmeyer, 2011. These shortcuts are incredibly powerful. They allow us to navigate the world quickly and usually accurately enough. But they come at a cost. The same systems that build perception construct the illusion. The claim is that our senses provide an accurate representation of reality. But what they actually provide is a utilitarian approximation. A system optimized for survival, not for truth, and therefore inherently fallible. A grand illusion.